This week on the Glass Cannon Podcast, after the mysterious death of the town's patrol captain,
Roderick is dead!
4 completely unqualified detectives will be asked to take the case.
What did he look like? Describe what he looked like.
He looked like a human.
All right, come on.
Suspects will be questioned.
Stop working your job and just talk to the police.
I don't have time for this. Washing the blood off her hands. I've got an ice cream shop to run.
So
Desks will be scoured.
Is it perception or survival to see if there's like
Knowledge drawers.
Is there
knowledge credential.
And doors will be trapped.
It's an inn. It's not trap.
You would have seen it in the Yelp review if there were traps.
Right. Johnny347 says, "Love my stay at the Ramble House. Stay away from room 28. Trapped."
There's a spring-loaded trap.
The adventure continues now.
Hey, what's up, guys? Joe here to welcome you to episode 2 of the Glass Cannon Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the pilot episode where me and a few of my buddies started out a paizo adventure path called Giant Slayer. It's really a blast. I encourage you to check these things out. You can find them at paizo.com, paizo.com. Thanks a lot for listening, and if you have a minute, please swing by iTunes to subscribe to the show and leave a comment. Rate us. Let us know what you think. You can also follow us on Twitter at @GlassCannonPod. Let's get to the action. Episode 2. Here it is.
When last we left our heroes, Roderick is dead!
That was pretty much exactly how you did it, if
I
memory
remember
serves.
that.
Especially after you told me, don't yell again into the mic. First thing I did. Yeah, so there is a big state of dismay. They've got a police tape, Trunowan police tape up, which is just hemp ropes. You would say
Yellow
50
hemp
to
rope.
100 feet of hemp ropes. And it's all blocked off, and the militia is like, all right, guys, everybody stand back. There's been a suicide.
Suicide. And he's in a room? Or he's on the street?
He's in a room. He's being tended to. They're dealing with the body and everything.
A room in the inn? The same inn that we stayed in?
Yes.
Oh, 'cause we-
in the Ramble House.
In the Ramble
Even
House.
though, like, similar to you, even though he has his own place downtown, we'll say.
That scheming halfling got him to stay there, too?
He stayed at the Ramble House last night. It's pretty common to stay at the Ramble House. People will just drink too much and just crash out at the Ramble House. It's no big deal.
No risk, no sense driving.
But you know, Roderick just for whatever reason he just crashed out
Designated
there.
drovers. Stay.
Oh! Classic.
Didn't even make sense.
So you guys can see kind of off to the side. You see his brother Cursed. Kirstie Alley. No, Cursed.
Brother's been
Graf.
cursed.
Ooh, that's clever.
It's spelled K-U-R-S-T, not C-U-R-S-E-D, just in case you were sure.
All right, so, I mean, Lork is gonna, he wants to get into the room. I mean, can he not, so he cannot get into the room see this?
They'll let you up there.
Yeah.
And you go up there and you see that the body's already been removed and they're just, they're kind of doing, they're like, hey, Lork, we're just trying to keep this clear right now.
What happened?
Why don't you go back to your desk and do some paperwork? The humans laugh.
Oh, shit.
So racist.
These guys.
Yeah, but maybe if we need any signatures later, we'll let you know, Lork.
Oh, man.
If we need anything notarized, we'll let you know.
All right.
And then as you go back downstairs, they're like, who let that halfie in here?
oh,
They
man.
call you halfies.
Do I hear that?
You over here.
All right. Well, head down. He'll head back down and outside with these guys, and so they've already removed the body.
Yes, the body's been removed. That's all you can see here, and there's just you see them. They're questioning Cham, and just the townspeople are starting to gather. It's not as big as the crowd that was there for the Hope Knife ceremony, but there's a ton of people coming around, and this is like Trunau's native son has committed suicide. And you see his brother kind of off to the side, really shook up, and he sees you guys and comes over. He's like, hey guys, I'm sure you've heard by now that my brother Roderick, you guys remember Roderick, right?
From last night?
Yes,
we remember.
From last night.
And from long ago.
He was found dead this morning, and I'm overwhelmed with all the stuff I have to do. Right now, the official cause of death is suicide, but I just can't believe that. Something else has to be going on. Unfortunately, for me, Roderick was the best investigator in True Now. If he were on the case, he'd solve his own death in a second. But left with just old Kirsty, we're never going to know what really happened. And then he sighs.
Where did he go after the celebration?
Yeah, as far as I know, he just checked into the Ramble House. But
Where's that halfling?
she's not too far away. She's kind of still talking to. She's being questioned by the militia right now. You see that Lork knows to give it a second.
Okay,
you'll probably get your time with her.
Give it a second,
and they're
we'll probably get our time with her.
And as Kirst is talking to you, you see them. They're starting to not take down the rope, but they're making it so that it can still go back to business, but they blocked off that room.
I mean, there's no investigation? Like, nobody's investigating the room?
This is what Kirst is trying to tell you, but you keep interrupting him.
It's a very stressful situation.
Tom Exposition walks over and says, hey guys, you should really listen to my friend Kirst. He's got a lot to say, a lot of good things to say that might help you in this adventure path.
Fair enough, Tom.
You're a weird guy, Tom.
So helpful, though.
You know so much.
Who calls life an adventure path? Kirst goes on to say, I simply can't handle the investigation and tend to my familial duties at the same time. You know, I may be a patrol captain, but right now I feel my responsibilities as a brother outweigh my other duties. Still, I just can't let this lie. A suicide? It doesn't make sense. I'm afraid I've exhausted all my other options. The members of True Now's militia are competent defenders during siege times, but they're not sleuths by any means. I know that we are, for the most part, with the exception of you, Lork, and I know you, Gormley, to a certain extent. Everybody's heard of old Gormley, but you new folks, I don't know who to turn to. Would you help me in this investigation?
Yes, of course. Of course. Yes.
Especially for you strangers, you know, True Now is such a close-knit community. If Roderick was murdered, as I think, and this wasn't a suicide, then his killer could very likely be a citizen of this town. And maybe an outsider would be the best person to help. So a combination of the both. And
Anything for Roderick.
Thank you, Gormley.
Based on what we know of how he wounded himself, is it in the same places that Ruby was instructed to cut herself?
I haven't been able to see the body.
Is there a way we could see the body?
I mean, if you think it will help, we're keeping it at the sanctuary until the funeral. And I got so excited I knocked my notebook everywhere. I told you I was a terrible investigator. But yeah, if you think it'll help, it's being kept at the sanctuary until the funeral.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Galabras is gonna go to the sanctuary. He's gonna head right there.
I'm going with you.
I'm gonna. Lork is gonna. I'm gonna stay at the inn just to make sure that nobody goes in or out of the room. I mean, like, I think at some point we should look at the room. I do agree that the body's most important right now, but I don't want somebody going in there and messing with anything.
Yeah, you have if you want to hold back before you leave, you have a chance to ask him some more stuff too.
Okay.
But yeah, that. So you.
So can I ask him if there was any? There was no blood in there. I mean, was it just some of his blood was on the ground, or was there?
Who found him?
Cham found his body this morning, from what I understand.
And they've cleaned the room. Did they already clean it?
It hasn't been cleaned, but we've searched the room. to a pretty full extent. I mean, if it were up to me, I would say look at it again. We've sent our men in there, but like I told you, we're defenders, we're not investigators. I would say there's 3 very important leads you could go with. First of all, the crime scene itself. Go to the room. Did you talk to Cham yet?
No.
Oh, you should probably speak with her. I mean, since she was the one that found the body. Also, come with me for a moment. And he kind of pulls you aside and he's like, I don't know quite how to say this, but Roderick had been having a rather clandestine affair with a woman by the name of Brynja Kelver, who is a half-orc weaver, and they were in love. And if anyone would know anything, one would hope she might be able to help. My father knows about it and was not happy because she is a half-orc. And he was doing this sort of on the sly. So I would check out the crime scene, talk to Cham, talk to Brynja, if you can, and also Omast from the patrol sergeant. You know Omast, Lork. He's been a long-time friend of the family, and he's one of Roderick's frequent patrol partners. It's possible that he might be able to help you as well. Before you run off to the sanctuary, or to check out the room, or to talk to Brynja or Omast, or wherever your investigation takes you, do you have any questions for me?
What is your father's position, role in the town?
My father is the patrol leader. And not too surprisingly, he isn't doing too well at the moment, and I don't think he'll be willing to spare any officers from the outskirts of town, if that's what you were wondering. Even if he was, our militia's trained to fight orcs, not investigate mysterious deaths, especially one that's officially a suicide. And my father has forbidden me from talking with that, quote, half-orc temptress who he thinks seduced Roderick. It's just not the case. He was in love.
No, you gotta be in love with a half-orc to do that kind of thing. You don't get seduced. It's not about the looks. I think that we're here. I mean, we're here, so why don't we just look at the room?
I would like
quick,
to look at the room.
and then we can talk
I was thinking we
to
couldn't get
Cham.
in.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we can get in, we could look at the room, talk to Cham,
And then go see the
go to the body.
Yeah.
And then go find this half-orc girlfriend.
Yeah, but what if she splits down? All right, let's look at the room first. We're here.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's nothing else. I need to run, so and start.
Does
doing some family
do you
stuff.
know if Roderick does Roderick have? Look, we all know everybody likes Roderick, but do you know if he had any enemies? Anybody who envied him because of everybody liking him? Anybody who wanted to succeed in being in charge of the militia or whatever?
No, I mean, I'm his brother, and wouldn't even have wanted that responsibility. I lived in his shadow. I feel like the whole town did. He was well loved by all.
So you killed him.
Sense motive? Can I sense motive on...
Sure. Absolutely, I'm going to do the same thing.
Me too.
I rolled a 17.
Me too.
I rolled a 15.
20.
One.
Damn it!
20, motherfucker, 20.
He's such an insightful priest.
So
I am.
Galabras and Baron both get the sense that this guy is completely devastated for not only the loss of his brother, but also kind of the realization that now he has to step up. But you don't get the sense that he was involved at this point.
When was the last time you saw him?
I said goodnight to him last night at the festival, and then I went back home, and he went and stayed at the Ramble House. Maybe he went and saw Brynja beforehand. I don't know, but
When was the last
was
time anyone
around.
saw Brynja?
Let's ask the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Perhaps she came in to bed him. It is secret. They would need a separate place.
I will tell you that they were engaged to be married, but only a few people.
Roderick?
Only a few people, including myself, knew about their relationship.
As Galarian turns.
She's a half-orc, which doesn't bother me. Most of my friends are half-orcs. It's cool. But I think that's why Roderick was staying at the Ramble House, because he's trying to keep this a secret from our father, but I think my father found out about it anyways, and then he and Roderick had a falling out about it, and since then, my father has forbidden me to talk to Brynja. I just can't do anything. This is why I need your help.
You do need a lot of help.
When you see her, though, ask her if anything seemed strange about Roderick the last few times she saw him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we'll ask that.
Oh.
Thanks.
I say,
Thanks for your advice and everything, but why don't you step aside now?
I told you, I'm a terrible investigator.
No, you've proven that. Let's
buck up, Kirsten. See if you can drown some of those sorrows at the bottom of a bottle.
Kirst.
yeah, it's 9 a.m. after all.
I'm sorry for your loss. Whiskey helps.
Tell that to Omast. I think he started drinking again from this.
Oh, no.
Oh. It was that song.
We had some good times.
He
back
might
in
have
the
done
day.
that if it rained today, though. That guy's such a fucking drunk.
Tom Exposition.
Well, it rained. Might as well start drinking. All right.
Tom Exposition comes back. He's like, anything else you guys need to ask Kirst about?
I love this. This is this like charming used car salesman guy. He just like puts his hand on our shoulders. He's like, "You guys good for right now? All right, tap tap." And then he's just like, "I'll be around the corner if you need anything."
Don't go too far, Tom.
He's wearing the medieval equivalent of a seersucker suit. All right, fellas. The last thing he says is, if you need me, I'll be at the Longhouse. I've got to plan Roderick's funeral. Starts crying and manage his affairs. But if I'm not there, leave word, and I'll get in contact with you as soon as possible. Lork. The only thing I can possibly give you, in terms of a clue that we found, is this. And he hands you Roderick's hope knife.
Ooh. It's the weapon.
Which he supposedly
in question.
supposedly used to kill himself.
Exhibit A.
Now, I'll need it back for the funeral, but if you think it might help, you can have it until then.
Thank you.
Farewell, you new party of four.
Thank you,
Does that
Kirst.
mean we can use that to spread mayo on sandwiches?
No, weren't you listening?
He's dead, though.
Kirst comes back. It's like, you guys aren't going to use that to spread mayo. No, that's just for suicide and killing orcs.
And your family.
And your family,
anyone in your
if
family.
need be.
Just for suicide or killing your parents. All right. Let's go to the room.
Let's go to them.
Okay.
Okay. Off you go to the room.
CSI True now.
The room. Okay. The room is rather... I say room weird, by the way. How do you say it?
Rum.
Room.
I'm going to say it just like I would say it. Room.
Rum?
That's weird.
How do you
That's weird.
Fucking weird.
What's on the
It's
top
a
of
Boston
house?
thing.
It's a
It
Boston
is a Boston.
thing.
He's from Boston.
Do you say roof as well?
Roof.
No.
Roof. Yeah, I say roof.
So it's... What is it? Room?
Room.
What is this room?
You guys are laughing. I don't know what's room. That's not how it is. I don't know how it is. I don't know how to say room.
Most people say room. Rum is like a drink.
You want to get a drink of...
Oh, I know what rum is.
You want to get a drink of water?
Right.
Water?
I say water.
Yeah.
Water.
Water is
You
Philly.
say, you say
Water,
water,
yeah.
weird Joe.
All right.
Anyways, this
Thank God we
sparse...
addressed all that before we started the investigation.
Well, you know what? This is what the podcast is all about. Just like learning.
Regionalism.
High fantasy
Regional
role playing.
dialects, right.
It's all about high fantasy with a little mix of regional dialects.
I'm going to need everybody to write that out in the International Phonetic Alphabet if we can.
The best thing is we're moving on and I still don't know how to say it. So Roderick's room, it's
Excellent.
just it's rather sparse. There's a single cot and a writing desk. The cot's pretty cheap and shitty, like a straw stuffed mattress. Basically what you guys slept on last night, except now it's, and Galabras will get this, it's stained red with blood.
Oh, I'm quite familiar with
We love a good red stained mattress, and it's also stripped of its linens. While the desk is actually nice, or slightly nicer piece of furniture that nonetheless has been chipped and worn by time. And the only other thing you notice when you walk in is there's a cracked window in the southern wall. Is really the only other exit other than the room's door.
Cracked window?
Yeah, it's just like a shitty cracked window.
Not like a broken
No.
window.
Just open to crack.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, shitty, like cracked.
Can I do a heel check on the bed to see if the blood stains would corroborate the notion that he died in his bed from these wounds?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. 10.
As far as you know, It looks like the body was killed there or suicided there.
Okay.
Baron is going to do two things. He's going to take the mattress off and look under the bed. And he is going to then split the mattress open and see if anything's inside.
All right, roll
fresh cash.
So you roll a perception check, flipping up the bed.
16.
Everyone roll a perception check.
17.
Natural 20. Oh, for Lork. His
7.
first day in the field in 20 years.
17.
7.
17.
So 22 for Lork.
16.
16. And all right, so Baron, you flip up the bed and you think you see something, but you're not quite sure. And then Lork and Gormley come over. Gormley, you rolled a 17.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the F is that? And you just see a little piece of paper lying on the floor.
Bloodstained?
No. And
Troy has handed a physical piece of paper to Joe.
Preparation.
It looks like a receipt of some kind. Receipt of purchase. Customer Roderick Grath. Order. 1 hope knife. Additional options. Engraving. Engraving should read, "For Roderick, my love." Smith. Urusul. Is that the Smith in town?
roll a knowledge local.
19.
No, the smith in town is a woman by the name of Sarah Morninghawk. But that could be an apprentice smith.
So Roderick Grath ordered a hope knife with the engraving, "For Roderick, my love."
Is that what the hope knife that we have says on it?
Lork?
Do a perception check on the hope knife.
15.
I just wanted you to roll that.
I was just going to say, like, it's just sitting in our hand.
Get out.
It's a magical rune, and you couldn't see it if you didn't roll a perception check. You look at said hope knife that you have, and there is no inscription.
Baron asks Lork if even half-orcs go through a hope knife ceremony.
Yes, you do. If you are from the town, you do.
So Baron,
If you're like a child here and when you're 12, you know, you do go through it. It's a little bit weirder for half-orcs, but
Could Roderick and what's his half-orc lover's name?
Brynja.
Could they have had a child? Named Roderick?
It seems weird.
if they're trying to hide that they have a relationship, they probably wouldn't name their quarter orc baby Roderick. I'm just guessing.
Oh, yeah, wouldn't there be quarter orcs in this world?
Absolutely.
Or is just everybody falls into half orc?
Yeah, you're a half-orc.
Come on, Paizo.
No,
There should be 1/16
no, like-
orcs.
if you have any orc in you.
I can still get a college scholarship if I'm 1/16th orc.
Right.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
If you're applying to Harvard, you definitely want to put half orc on there.
I think if you have anything less than half orc blood in you, you're just treated as human.
Oh really?
But you might have some orc traits in you still.
I think
Yeah,
you
you
have
might
to
be
have
a little bit bigger. Or,
You might look, if you're strong, like it might, whatever.
Hey, you got any half orc in you?
Do you like
want
some?
some.
That was,
So
that was Lork's old line at the bar.
Yeah, before he
Baron
needed Viagra.
Baron says, "I don't care for orcs none, but this looks like a good old fashioned framing."
Yeah. So where is the? So he flips. Oh, hold on. He flips the mattress. He flips the mattress, and this piece of paper falls out of the mattress from in the sheets.
No,
or
basically,
it was
as
on the ground.
I should have been more clear.
I agree.
Is as he flips it, that scrap of paper kind of falls out. It's stuck between the headboard and the wall. Not stuck like someone stuck it there. Just it like
Got lodged there.
yes.
I roll a perception check on the mattress before I cut it open to see if there are any puncture wounds in the mattress that might suggest that someone stabbed down on him or something like that. 15.
It's a mess of blood.
Just blood.
Yeah, you can't.
No rips or
No holes.
There are plenty of rips on it, but it's too hard to tell if they're like pre-existing rips from just a shitty strawed mattress or like stab wounds.
Lork would like to do a survival check for tracks of any kind in the room, from the window or from the door, or anything that would suggest anybody other than Roderick was in the room. 15.
At this point, you see just tons of tracks, mostly,
'Cause
and you would think it's like easily militia and comings.
So
and
it's
goings.
corrupted. It's a corrupted
It's a
scene.
corrupted crime scene. Like Kirst said, like they are not investigators. They are not.
What about around the window?
Yeah. What about near
Like
the
the
window?
desk area or the window.
Yeah.
So what, you want to
Yeah.
check out the window? Just roll a perception for the window.
Ooh,
23.
13.
Doesn't seem
13.
to be anything out of the ordinary with the window.
Baron, doesn't, if anyone wants to come with, he can, but he walks out to the back of the area where the window would lead out to and looks for any tracks or anything from there, or any signs of someone climbing down or a rope or something.
Okay, roll a survival check.
That's it's a 14
You just see regular,
crossing.
ox carts.
Gormley's going to search the desk.
Okay, roll a perception check.
8.
We are not rolling well.
It's like I said, it's just nicer and chipped. Does anybody else want to search the desk?
Yeah, I'm gonna also search the desk.
Yeah, I'll take a look through.
19.
Ooh, 19. Hey!
All right.
Look at
You know
us.
what's nice about a 19? When it's a DC 19 perception.
Get out of here.
What?
You find nothing. No, just kidding. Shut up.
You find it.
Fuck that desk.
Another receipt of more stuff Roderick bought himself. Weirdo.
You find another receipt that says, ignore that first receipt. Here's the real clue.
It looks like Roderick was experimenting with ass play.
Why do you think we know each other?
I had a feeling.
So you, Lork, I'm still learning your names, Lork and Galabras, search that desk. They're like, out of the way, Gormley.
I don't do anything.
You creep.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
And you find a false bottom
He wasn't ass play.
in the... I had to give it pause because that was the first real good laugh of the podcast. You discover a false bottom in the desk drawer, though the compartment underneath is empty.
Oh,
on.
motherfucker. God damn it.
Can I do oh God. What- Is it perception or survival to see if there's like any,
Knowledge drawers.
is there
Knowledge credenza. Does that apply? Can I apply knowledge credenza to this?
about knowledge ass play?
I get a plus 10 on that one.
A false bottom in the drawer in the desk, but it's
there's-
empty.
Okay.
Can I see if there's any disturbed? Was it recently used or not used? Is there a way to find that out? Is it dusty or I don't know?
No, it's. I can tell you without even a perception check. It's something you discovered. Like, why? This is strange. Why does this have this?
It might be something to ask the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Cham.
maybe- Yeah.
Cham.
Cham.
Old Cham Laringfass. If I said Cham Laringfass and didn't tell you her race, would you know halfling?
I would guess.
Well, you would because you know everything.
Well,
You're king nerd.
right. I mean, it's not.
Laringfass sounds like a halfling name.
Chan is kind of a short little diminutive name
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull I'm back from outside, by the way. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, girl.
What's going on in here?
Hey, Baron.
Yes, queen. I pulled the desk from the wall a little bit, just to see if there's anything behind it or anything.
Nothing.
All right, let's leave.
Lork is just,
anything else in the room?
there was a bed, a desk, a cracked window. We searched those 3 things. Was that it?
Just to be clear, when you say cracked window, meaning it's open a crack or
Yeah.
that it had a crack in it?
Yeah.
Both. No, it's a cracked window.
Okay.
No, it's just cracked slightly to let the air in, similar to what you did in your room last night.
Listen, it's not weird.
In your room.
Well, I think we should go check out the body now.
We should.
We should talk
Chan.
to Cham. Yeah, right.
She's in another room.
Yeah, so we'll talk to Chan. Before we do, though, just real quick, can we just try to do a quick brainstorm on the receipt? It's obviously the most important piece of evidence we found.
Yeah,
but
talk about it.
I don't know what the fuck, like, why would this guy go to a smith, order a hope knife for himself? I mean, did somebody do it in his name?
Well, the guy-
I think that's maybe what it is.
The smith is listed as Ursul, but it was made at Morning Hawk's Fine Steel, so it's probably, I would think, someone who works for the town, like Smith.
And I would.
There's a woman named Sarah Morninghawk,
Yes.
right?
She's
on the
half-Orc.
council.
I would
Yeah.
think that what we might be led to believe is that even though they're trying to keep this secret and humans wouldn't like about it, perhaps Sarah Morninghawk would be sympathetic to their romance, and she might want to help them and like make this for them.
But why?
I agree with that. But
Why the inscription?
Yeah, why would the customer be Roderick? Why wouldn't the customer be Sarah Morninghawk?
Well, yeah, it doesn't.
Well,
or, unless he was giving her one, but
This is
it's really strange, especially since
It's a true mystery.
is Roderick 12 by any chance?
Let me check.
well, unless someone wanted to use a second knife to frame Roderick somehow, or somebody, or
Well, if we consider that the receipt might be a plant,
Yeah.
why would it be so fucking confusing? Why wouldn't it just
Yeah.
be obvious that, like, you know, who bought the knife and what it was for? If you're going to plant evidence, it should be more obvious, I would think.
I think we have to talk to someone at the
Yeah, and why wasn't it on his body? Or
Well, but wait, you said, what was it? Morning Stars?
Morning Hawk's Fine Steel.
And is that in True Now? Do we know
Yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a well-known
All right, great. Well, we'll go there. But
Yeah.
first, we can talk to Chan.
Dr. Cham.
Hope you guys keeping notes of the 15 places you need to go and check.
I know. Well, after this, we'll go to check out the body.
It's your job to remember everything.
We can ask.
It's our job to drink and
we
say
can
funny
also-
stuff.
Damn it.
We can ask Kirst what this might mean at the Longhouse at some point.
Yeah. Well, we know he's having a secret affair, right? So this is going to have something to do with his girl. Now, is his girl, would she have a hope knife? Is she from town? Lork is from around here. Does he know this half-orc that in question, Brynja? Like, is she known to the people of the town? Is she new to town? Did she grow up here?
You might recognize her just because she's one of the few, like, half-orcs in town, but
Does she have a hope knife, to my knowledge?
you don't know her personally.
I don't know if she did a ceremony.
No. When you see her, you might be like, oh, I've seen her around.
Gotcha.
Just because there's something like 25 half-orcs in town, and you guys are
Right.
a couple of them. Actually, there's probably a couple more than that. I'm underestimating, but there's not a lot. Like, there's more halflings in town. There's 40-something half-orcs in town, so you would probably know her as, like, another halfie.
But I wouldn't know her as, like, she grew up here and has a hope knife.
No, you don't know her.
Yeah, my first thought was, like, maybe Roderick was buying a hope knife for her. I don't know. But,
You would think, if she is a native of True Now, that she has a hope knife.
okay.
If she's had her ceremony.
All right, then let's go to Cham. Is Cham around?
She's downstairs in the lobby.
Does anybody here have good charisma?
I do. I have a 15.
Not you, the person, Skids.
Oh, no. No, that's absolutely untrue. I do not. Galabras has a really good charisma.
I think, you're a likable guy. Why don't you chat her up?
Okay.
Ask her if any half-orcs checked in.
Okay. So we go outside.
where this is going.
Track down Cham.
Okay, she's in the lobby, and she still looks pretty shaken up.
All right.
It's like a Law and Order episode, and she's just...
is she lifting boxes?
Yeah, is she doing her job while police are interrogating her? Like, just slow down. Just please stop working your job and just talk to the police.
I also love how everybody in Law and Order is like aggressively evading the police, even when they're like innocent.
I know,
and and it's like
they all hate
they
the
don't want to
police.
talk to the police or so. Like if cops came to me and were like, "We need to talk to you," and like you pretty much have to talk to us, I'd be like, "Yes, I'm sorry, officer.
Yeah,
what is it?
of course. What do you want?
Well,
Like-
what do you want? What
Well, it's always like they're worried it's going to piss their boss off that the police needs to
Yeah,
ask
it's
them some
like,
questions.
I'm sure they'll understand. Like, I'm sorry, I was being interrogated for a murder investigation.
I found a
that was
dead body.
inconvenient for you.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. Washing the blood off her hands.
All right, so we find
I've got an ice cream shop to run.
So I come up to Cham, I get down on one knee, and I kind of put my hand on her shoulder, and it's just like, I understand you've seen something very, very traumatic, but I need to ask you a few questions.
I don't know what to tell you. I knocked on his door this morning to wake him up, as he requested the night before when he checked in, and then I screamed and I fainted when I saw him lying on his bed, bloody and still, his vacant eyes just staring towards the ceiling. You know, I don't know what happened from there. Everyone else heard the ruckus, called the militia, and I blacked out after that.
Thank you very much. You've been very helpful.
Okay.
Who do you know who was the last person to see him alive? Do you know?
No, I saw him check in. I showed him to his room, and that was it.
So he asked for a wake-up call.
Yes. Oh, yes. He did. It's pretty common around here. Alarm clocks haven't been invented yet, nor have phones. So we do it the old-fashioned way,
But
or
guns have.
the fashioned way.
The fashion. Yes, as
But
we call
who
it.
wakes you up?
Chan,
Who wakes the waker?
can we see your guest book for the last week or so? It would be helpful to see who's been in and out of this.
Those are private. I'd rather not show my
Oh my God! It's like a Law and Order episode.
It is.
my
It's like,
registry.
The police have already asked a lot from me, you guys. As you can see, I'm having a hard time with this.
Sense motive?
I'm going to sense motive as well.
16.
Baron, you get
18.
you get the sense that she's definitely hiding something, and you
Great.
normally you corroborate.
Lork is going to try to roll an intimidation check.
nice.
Okay.
Classic orc stuff.
So he rolls, or I roll, more precisely, an 18, and he just says, he looks at her, we don't have time for this. We're going to need to see that log. No questions asked.
Okay. And she hands you the registry.
Sweet.
Nice teamwork. This feels like a team now, guys. Great
Yeah.
job.
He hands it to the dwarf and says, I don't read.
I'm not much for word reading.
That's why we're a team.
What do we see in the log?
So it looks like a typical registry for a hotel or an inn. The only entry of note that sort of stands out to you, especially Baron, where you've been around the block a few times, is a note of a single human man who rented the Ramble House's last room after Roderick had checked in last night. Excuse me. After I should retcon that. He rented the Ramble House's last room after Roderick had reserved his room, but before Roderick had checked in for the night. And the only reason that stands out is because there's no guest's name recorded in the register. Everyone else has a name, and you see an entry for someone that.
So, then, assuming that, what's your name again?
Baron.
Baron, assuming that Baron points this out or says this, Lork is immediately going to be like, why was this name not recorded?
And she starts weeping.
Lork slaps her.
Do 5 points of non-lethal damage, and she's not going to.
Oh, it's lethal.
She's unconscious and dying.
All right, cast stabilize.
10 minutes later,
We resurrect her from the dead.
after a restoration and a wish spell, she's back. Oh, what happened? I've seen the halls of the gods.
A rough couple of days for Cham.
She's like, between gulps of air, she's like, he refused to give me his name, and he paid me a fistful of gold. He said he'd be gone before sunrise. I didn't ask any more questions. I had no idea something like this would happen.
Which room did he take? Which was his room? Room.
It's
Which was his rum.
it was this room here, and she tells you the room. Room 28.
Had you ever seen him before?
No, I've never seen him before, and I'll probably never see him again.
Was he wearing a hope knife?
Not that I.
Gong, 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 gong.
Not that I could see, but that's an excellent question.
What's
What
your
race was he?
Human. Could you not hear it between my fearful sobs?
What did he look like? Describe what he looked like.
He looked like a human.
All right, come on. Was he tall? Was he short?
I mean, he was average height.
Beautiful blue eyes.
I got lost in his eyes, but I only came up to his crotch, so I got lost in that first. He looked like a normal human man. You all look the same to me. He was about yay high, and he points to about the height of Galabras, and he
5'10", 170.
he had a normal cropped hair and what'd you say, bluish eyes? Bluish eyes. Yes, he looked like everybody else. In fact, it was Galabras. It was you. No. So sorry, I took to the drink early today.
And you'd never seen him
Yeah,
before.
she just gives a general description of him, but she doesn't remember any specific features that.
And she'd never seen him before.
Identify him.
Not
Never
around
seen
town.
him before. Nope.
Why don't you hand over the key to that room for us? That's 28, you said?
Yes. Here, please.
Before we go, Gormley's going to look through the logbook to scan for Brenya's name, see if she's ever checked into the inn.
Okay. You just look, and you do not see her name.
And Gormley's also going to look to see how many times in the past couple months Roderick has checked into the inn.
And do they charge by the hour?
He's checked in from time to time.
More
recently as of late. But other than that,
Does that
nothing.
mean multiple times a week, or once a week, or once a month?
Well, you know that what Curse told you is that most likely he came here because of the fight with his father. So this has been happening. You see it more frequently recently.
Like a couple days a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Brynja's name does not appear on the log at all, and never with Roderick.
Well, can we ask Cham that?
If she's ever seen Brenya.
Does she know Brenya?
No. No, I mean, if I saw her, I'm sure I'd know her. But I've never seen a woman named Brynja.
This is like a Law and Order episode. We're going to have to bring her into a lineup of half-orc females. Yeah. That's the one.
Do you have a sound drop for Law and Order? Chung chung. Do you have that?
Wait, let's just do it. Dum, dum, bum, 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 bum. That way we won't get flagged for copyright.
You can fly for chung chung.
Not for
I
a
think so.
second.
I think you might actually.
No, I think you can play like songs up to like 5 or 10 seconds.
All right.
Yeah, there it is. Well, that's the end of our podcast. Because we've stolen. That's out.
It was fun.
And pause for edit.
Just hold. Okay, I pulled that out.
Okay.
So she's totally.
So he didn't
Complies
he
and
didn't
gives it
come
a
to the inn so as he might carry on his affair.
As far as we know.
No, he never. As far as Cham knows, he never came here with anybody else. Always came by himself.
Does Cham have any employees that would work the logbook other than her, or does she work every guest?
That's one of the reasons she wouldn't let anybody see it. Nobody touches the logbook but her.
Okay.
It's her inn. She owns the place.
Listen, it's tough for small businesses out there right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Fantasy
So,
Obama.
I guess do we want to go check out the room?
Yeah.
The room, please.
All right.
Let's mosey on over there.
I'll turn to Cham and just say, "Don't leave town."
Okay. You already succeeded on your intimidation check.
I live here. I own a business.
Well, I'm opening an orc inn now.
So room 28?
Okay, so you, the only other thing you notice while looking at the logbook is when you were looking at it for Brynja, you don't see her name, but you do see like a bunch of half-orc names. More than human names. And there's like 600-something humans that live in town and only 40-something half-orcs. So that's one thing you do notice. A larger number of half-orcs recently.
Oh, I ask Chan if we can take the logbook for the investigation.
No, I'm sorry. You can look at it as long as you want here, but I need this. I need this to keep track of my guests. As you can see, it was already been helpful to you.
Lork will look at the dwarf. We're not thieves.
Listen, I'll let you sit here and copy anything you want. Just, I have to hold on to it.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's
me
go there
hear
for
him.
several hours and copy it.
It's like don't
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, there you go.
don't alter it. Don't fuck with it. If you fuck with it,
We'll
Just-
fuck with you.
just don't fuck with it.
Just take a picture of it each page with your iPhone.
Oh yeah. Wait.
You guys were much cooler last night.
Howie the Scorpion skitters out of my robes and onto the logbook and looks up at Sham and arcs its tail and then skitters back in.
You're almost as bad as those halfies that came in a few weeks ago.
You're a halfie. What the? You're like a self-hating.
Wait.
I'm a halfling.
She's a halfling.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
sorry.
Halfie is the
What?
half-orcs.
What halfies?
Lork just puts his head down and is like, she's talking about us.
All right, little Miss Racist. Who are you talking about?
What? They're just a bunch of half-orcs and other thugs. Like a thuggish tallies came in a few weeks ago, reserved practically every free room in my place.
Baron says, "Preach, sister."
We sold it. We sold out a Hennessy in hours. Come on, you know it's there. It's right there in the. I'm just kidding. It was the Johnny Walker Black. It's all gone. But yeah, I don't know. They all came in a few weeks ago.
Were they all men?
Yes, and I didn't recognize any of them. But by the time Roderick's body was discovered, they had already checked out. So if you were thinking that,
Wait, this is a couple of weeks ago? Or
yeah, a
this
few
is-
weeks ago.
Okay.
Were they wearing similar garb, or did you notice any insignias or markings?
No, you all look alike to me.
Maybe they were traitors.
So useless.
I'm talking about what they're wearing. You fucking.
Yeah, do all
bitch.
clothes
Like, what a
look alike to
bitch.
you?
Yes.
All colors look alike to you.
I only see just green everywhere. So much green.
I'm sensing some obfuscation here.
Yeah.
Sense motive.
Roll a sense motive, yeah.
17.
No, she is just a racist.
Ooh, 20. 20 cents?
Yep, she's just a filthy,
12.
filthy halfling racist.
Wow.
She
I
hates,
know the
Nothing
type.
worse.
she hates
Know
halfies.
the type.
The thing is like Lork knows.
You halflings
Yeah.
are
a
all the
lot of
same.
people around town.
Right. It's not exactly
Don't
as
like
if
the
he's
halfies.
like, oh my God, she's being racist. Like, this is very normal.
This is an evolved society.
This is very
Yeah.
normal.
She's being so normal.
That's suspicious.
I can't believe how normal she's being.
All right, so can we actually?
you want to check out-
what mechanically? How can we keep record of this logbook? Like, can we copy it? Like, how much time would that
Yeah,
take?
you
we-
can you can send
you
people
make
upstairs
notes?
to check out the room while somebody else stays down and copies it. Or
I can. Well, I assume I'm probably the best.
Scribe?
Yeah,
Scrivener?
Scrivener. So I will. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to go through it and just take out the key things. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
I'll
That's
just,
neat.
yeah.
All right, so
Yeah. So can we say we have some pretty good records of this logbook if we need
Yep.
to refer back to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
by the time you leave the Ramble House, you'll have pretty much everything you need, and you can always come back if there's something you need to look at.
All right, so then we head up to the room then. Well,
Yeah, room 28.
So this is the room of the nameless man.
Yes.
Okay.
kick in the
Wait,
door.
one more question. One more question based on
There's a woman changing.
one more question based on the logbook. Did the half orcs stay in the same room?
No, they took up a whole.
Oh, you said they took up the whole place. Sorry,
every
sorry,
free
sorry.
room in the place.
Yeah, you're right.
I put the key in the lock and turn it. open the door.
Do you check it for traps?
Classic.
No one here can check for traps. We're kind of funny.
Good.
One of a weakness.
Does anyone want a multi-class? Just one level.
The worst thing is if we had a friggin' rogue in the group, he'd be like, I check the door for traps. It's an inn! It's not trapped!
You would have seen it in the Yelp review if there were traps.
It's a Holiday Inn, not a La Quinta.
Johnny347 says, love my stay at the Ramble House. Stay away from room 28. Trapped.
There's a spring-loaded trap in the
There's a burning hands trap on room 28. It killed my girlfriend.
Be sure to ask for a wake-up call from Chad.
3 stars, though, because the room service was superb.
Love the steak.
And only one person killed themselves with a hope knife the night I was there.
That's right. Our room was delightfully free of tracks.
And the false bottom in the desk was empty. We could have put all our stuff in it.
If no one else listens, I'll listen to this. And I will be cracking up.
I had to mute my mic. I was laughing. Oh, that's what we needed.
All right, boys, trap free. Come on in.
So you guys go in the room, and it looks very similar to Roderick's room, except less the bloody sheets. And it's just everything.
The gore and violence of a crime scene.
Except for the stench of death. It is very, like, everything's just perfect. Like, looks unused.
Baron walks out. Is there a desk the same way there was in the other room?
There is.
I check for the hidden compartment that we found in the other desk.
Okay, roll a perception check +2.
24.
Nice.
Having already known about the existence of the hidden compartment, you look and click, it opens, and there's a slip of dirty old parchment containing.
I'm not there.
This.
I'm not in the room.
Galabras, can you just metagame hand that?
I use Mage Hand.
So that was a visual joke. Skid is currently to my right and one person away from Troy, and he refused to hand me a note because his character was not in the room.
Did we mention King Nerd?
I did
really
ask,
in the zone.
I did ask you guys to step into the imagination sphere.
We specifically said not to do visual jokes before we started this. All right.
Or at least explain them thoroughly after we do them.
That's what makes
I'll
them
read
fun.
it to I'll read it to everyone but Galabras the asshole.
Skid, I'd like you to leave the room.
I'll take off my headphones. I won't be able to hear anything.
Malira, I shouldn't be away for much longer. We still haven't found what we're looking for, but it's only a matter of time. And the other preparations are proceeding as planned. A meddling militia patrol captain has been poking around, but I don't foresee him being a threat for much longer. Once our work is done, it won't matter anyway, and I can return to you. I marvel that I found you in the midst of all this, and think of you constantly. Soon, my love.
Well,
Who the fuck is Malira is what we need to know.
you,
Can I have a knowledge check on the names.
for a gunslinger out on your own, you're a fantastic storyteller.
I'm the poet laureate of the West.
It's like Louis L'Amour.
Yeah, exactly.
Any comedy,
Haunted Mason.
any comedy Bang Bang listeners in there will know Andy Daly's character, poet laureate of the West.
So I want to run
He's like Louis L'Amour.
Gormley is going to do a knowledge local on the name Malira.
9.
It's not going to get it.
It doesn't ring a bell at all. None of you know it off the top of your tongue either.
Do we know if what race this name would be?
No, not from the name itself. It's just vague enough that it could be anything.
Anything.
Well, we can go back to Cham and ask her if she knows the name Malira. So basically, there's a meddling militia patrol captain, and Lork knows that that's probably Omast from, who's the patrol captain.
I thought Roderick's father was a patrol captain.
No, Roderick's father is like...
Wait, isn't
He's
Roderick,
the patrol leader.
Isn't
Yeah.
Roderick a patrol captain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Roderick is a patrol captain.
So it's referring to Roderick.
okay.
Like patrol captain, like yes, Olmast is a patrol captain, Roderick is a patrol captain, Kirst is a patrol captain.
Well, wait a minute. I guess Roderick is a patrol captain. This dude's a patrol sergeant. So he's like a little below Roderick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Gotcha,
Olmast is a patrol sergeant, Roderick is a patrol captain, and Jagrin,
So the
their father, is
words-
a patrol leader.
So the words that we use actually matter.
Yes.
Words matter.
This is D&D,
bloop,
not
blop,
Go
blop,
Fish.
Okay, so there's a good chance that we have... I mean, it's a little vague, but I don't foresee him being the patrol captain being a threat for much longer. Intimates that this person either killed Roderick or knows that Roderick is going to be removed. Okay.
So we should go to ask Chan after we check out the body. We might want to go to the Longhouse and ask him if he knows any Maliras, or just maybe ask a barkeep, someone who might see everyone in town.
Wait,
and know their
who's in the
names.
Longhouse?
That's where we can contact
That's
Kirst.
where Kirst is.
Oh, gotcha.
All the Graths live there. You know that, Lork. Roderick, Kirst, and their dad all have places in the Longhouse.
Right. Okay, so this guy writes a love note. This nameless tenant writes a love note, puts it in the secret compartment of a desk, and then pieces out. He's not there in the morning. So they find the body, and then they go into the room, and the room's just empty. Was the bed turned down? Like, did he leave any sign of?
I imagine
Of
he
his
might have
presence?
told Malira to
This-
show up there.
Or this is probably like a dead drop between them.
Right.
But it seems like Malira is far away.
Oh, that's a
We
good.
might ask the town militia to keep a man on watch there.
Remember, that guy had
Keep a man in this room at all times.
that guy had reserved the room after Roderick, but checked in before Roderick.
Okay.
That's all you know about him. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't give any better description.
Does it seem though that Malira seems like she's far away, or that
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, unless he's, I don't know, in long distance relationships, would you be like, this militiaman's fucking up my day, gonna kill him maybe, in the subtext of this letter?
Gonna kill him, maybe.
Love, yours truly. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
All right.
So we should ask Cham about this.
Yeah, we could ask Cham. We could also ask, like you said, Curse if.
Or a barkeep in the town, maybe. Everyone needs a drink after a long travel.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
Especially
As you guys are
alcoholics like
walking back
Olmast.
downstairs, you see like a string of rooms you're walking by, and there's a bunch of people in there trying to clean them up. They've been totally vandalized, and they have it's mostly repairable damage, but some of the walls of the rooms have been marked with graffiti.
Is it the same
And you
group?
just see them like guys are scrubbing, and they're just like, I don't know what to do. Scrubbing this shit off, it won't get off.
Same graffiti we saw earlier?
We didn't actually
You
see
hadn't
it.
seen it; you just heard about it.
Oh, okay.
But these rooms have been vandalized.
Are they? Wait. So the rooms were vandalized last night.
No,
Wait, where are we? In
you
the
can
inn?
ask one of the workers what's going on.
Yeah. All right. We'll ask him. What's going on with these? With this graffiti? When did this come up? Last night?
Guy's got his back to you. He turns around. He's like, "Oh, there's one of yous."
This is every time I got to deal with this.
He says, "Hello, boy." No, Jesus. He says, "It's one of
It's
yous."
like in the heat of the night.
He says, "Yeah, we had a group of half orcs come in a couple weeks ago. They destroyed the place, and we're trying to get this friggin' graffiti off, but it won't come off. And it's Cham is pissed because we're losing good rooms that we can't rent out."
All right. I want to take a look at the graffiti. I want to look at the graffiti and know exactly what it looks like, what it says, symbols, words. It's just symbols.
It's nonsense. This graffiti in this room is just
Squiggly lines,
It looks like
like a kindergartner's drawings.
it looks like like something you'd find under an overpass.
I'm back with the group now.
Galabras, hey.
I failed to mention that Galabras has a gift for languages. So could he make a linguistics check to see if there's anything that he recognizes.
Sure.
I also speak orc, so if it's orc.
I do too.
I mean, look, I'm not trying to call you out on your description. I'm just saying that, like, graffiti under underpasses, like, typically has a point. You know what I mean? Like, there is some order to the madness.
Yes.
Maybe your
whether it's
underpasses.
15 linguistics.
It's a mix of like literally nonsense and some stuff written in orc that's like Joe was here, Tom was here.
Tom Exposition.
Oh, hey guys,
along.
guys need some help with that graffiti? Let me tell you what it's about. No,
You're under arrest.
it's just like it's kind of like bathroom stall stuff.
I ask what color it is, and is there any way I can discern what the source was? Was it paint? Was it blood? Was it menstrual bleeding? What was it?
Do you guys have any? What do you guys have for craft?
I have alchemy.
Roll a craft alchemy. Anybody want to help?
I have craft untrained.
I do too.
I rolled a 12.
Okay.
I'll roll an untrained check.
As will I.
Craft alchemy or craft? I mean, like, what? I wanted to know what you guys had for craft. He has craft alchemy.
Well, they have craft untrained, so.
Oh, so you can just.
I can apply my intelligence bonus, which is +1 to
And I can apply +3.
a craft roll.
Okay.
Just for knowledge purposes.
Roll to help Baron.
Roll to aid.
So I got a 19.
I failed to aid him.
But luckily, Gormley creeped her way over. And you just. The only thing you can tell is that it's some sort of dye. It's not like paint, it is a dye.
Like a naturally occurring dye?
No, like some sort of alchemical dye.
Would a knowledge arcana check serve to help us understand what the nonsense is, or no?
No, you probably need to examine some of the other graffiti that people have been talking about.
How is it applied? Is it applied with a brush? Is it applied with fingers or a tool? Is there?
It looks like a combination of hands and like maybe something as simple as like grabbing a shirt and dipping it in something. It's very rudimentary. But from what you've heard about the graffiti around town, it's much more it's much more contained than this. This looks like someone like doodling. You know
So
what I mean?
Baron says, with all due respect to Lork over here, it might seem that half-orcs are using their what little favor they have in this town to infiltrate it and do some graffiti. At least that's what it seems on first glance. They might be prejudiced, but they can walk these streets.
I don't know what that means at all. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. If it's just we're not getting anything out of it, it's utter nonsense.
I mean, I want to check out the graffiti around town some, but why don't we go ask Cham about malaria?
Malira. Oh, we could even look for her name in the logbook.
That's true. Yeah.
Did you copy
did
that?
I copy the what? Did I see that name when I was working with the logbook? Is it in my notes? Troy.
So, I'm sorry.
Troy!
Sorry, I was taking a quick nap. What'd you say?
Did I see? What is her name?
Malira.
Malira's name.
You did
in the
not.
log- Okay.
You did not.
All right.
Okay, so let's go ask someone else. Let's see the body. That's
Now,
what I thought.
now you've got some options.
Yeah, we can go see the body. We can go talk to Curse at this point,
talk
and
to
we
the
and we
smith.
have the blacksmith. So
I'd like to see. Galabras would like to see the body.
It's probably decaying.
yeah, I want to see the body.
Gormley wants to see
Lork
it
wants
real
to
bad.
see the body.
Yeah.
Tip it to the body.
Everybody, yeah, check that body.
So you guys are going to
I took a shot.
you guys are going to head to the sanctuary.
Yes.
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 Do we see graffiti along the way?
Yeah. Good question.
You know what? When you get to the sanctuary, you do.
How about that?
You see, it is a sanctuary of Yomedai. by the way,
Yes.
which has taken in young Galabras. And inside the sanctuary, besides the sizable white sword representing Yomadai's own holy sword that juts from the roof of the temple, that's like Yomadai's symbol, is the giant white sword, there's a thick white cross or sword or something that's been painted on the rock face behind the sanctuary. And you also know now, having walked through, and Lork is starting to remember that, like, it's been this kind of symbol that you've seen around town in a couple different places, this sort of crossy sword thing that is the major graffiti that people are just talking about. And the only reason they're talking about it is because they can't remove it.
So,
And it wasn't in the room.
No, in the room, there might have been like, now that you think back and you're like, oh, wait a minute, there was like little shit like that, but it was much more rudimentary. It was mostly nonsense on the walls, but you see like, you can see now guys that were like practicing that drawing or something.
So,
But you can't quite tell what it is.
Baron has been in and out of the main gate a lot, and he knows that to intimidate the orcs and kind of piss them off, they put shields and armor with some of the orc markings, the tribes around the town, to like scare them off. Does this graffiti match any of those marks along the wall?
Graffiti meant to like make orcs go away?
So basically the town, if you'd read the player's guide, you know this. On the main
Not a player, he's the DM. Let me read it.
On the main gate, there's any conquered orcs, basically the town of Trunau takes their armor and their shields, which oftentimes have orc sigils on them, and places them on the outside of the battlements.
Right.
Does this symbol match any of those?
It does not. No, this is something completely different.
Can I run a knowledge history on that? Or knowledge, should I do knowledge history, knowledge arcana?
You got knowledge religion?
I do not.
I do.
Give me
I do.
knowledge religion.
I'll do a religion. 15.
It does. It looks like it might be a crude representation of Yomadai's holy symbol, but it's not. It's not right. Something's not right about
off.
it. It's off. That's the only thing that you can kind of relate it to, and you Baron, you notice that it's the same dye that was used in the rooms, in the vandalized rooms.
I say to the group, if it's not obvious enough with the same symbol, it's probably the same people. It's the same die.
And then this very rather attractive human female cleric of Yomadai,
My boss.
comes out and greets you. It says, "Hello, travelers.
Hi, Tayari.
Galabras, welcome home.
Well, thank you. Always a pleasure to see you again, Tayari.
We kept your bloodstained mat."
Thank you.
We kept it bloodstained.
I'll be changing the blood tonight, if you don't mind. I want to sleep on some type of...
Get the leeches for the
change.
bleedage.
Should I make room for your friends? It's almost, it's nigh on night.
Really?
No, I don't know.
I'm blind, can't you
11
see?
hours.
you guys were at the
It
Rainbow
took you
House
really
for
long
a
to copy that
time.
logbook.
Oh, sorry. It
We're
was
very-
a lot of entries.
You took 20 hours.
I'm sorry. We'd like to investigate the body. That was recently brought in.
Oh,
The captain's
young-
body.
Young Jagran's son. Yeah, that's. We can do that. Just please, I'll come with you so we make sure we don't disturb it. And she brings you down to the basement where the body's being stored before the funeral. There it is. You just see this Roderick dead.
I'm going to do a heal check on the wounds to see if everything lines up with what we've been led to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck me. 11. God damn it. It's my best skill, and I rolled a fucking 4.
Can I roll a hill check after him?
Sure.
Come on, Baron. Let's be the MVP here.
Oh, shit.
I rolled a 17.
I have some heal.
Oh, I don't
18.
know. 11.
Take that, you dumb priest.
Fucking useless.
It appears as if he died of blood loss from slitting his own wrists. That's what it looks like.
Sure, but where are the slits? Are they in?
Right on his wrists.
And is that exactly?
They're consistent with someone committing suicide.
Yes.
Is that how Ruby was instructed to kill herself?
Yeah.
Similar.
Are there any other like markings on him that would indicate he was like restrained or
In a fight of some kind.
They have skin under his fingernails.
Yeah. Would do a DNA swab.
Is there semen anywhere on his body?
Roll a knowledge semen.
Oh yeah, this one's supposed to be more viscous than normal.
This is from a blonde man.
No, there is no semen on him, and it appears to be a suicide. That's what you see visually.
And he is cut in the exact places where you're taught and raised to cut yourself in the event of being captured by orcs.
No, not necessarily, but it could be as well. It's not necessarily that he was captured by orcs. It's consistent with suicide.
But look, there's two different kinds of suicide. There's like the suicide that we know as people like us, like just slitting your wrist, and then there's like the ritualistic, make certain you die thing that they teach you during your hope knife ceremony.
Right.
Did he cut himself in those places?
In a couple of them, but not all of them.
So
don't forget, that kind of suicide is like, the orcs are coming and we have no chance of winning.
Right.
I need to make sure this works.
Right, so he didn't do that.
So this was a cry for help that went horribly wrong.
So he was just looking for attention.
Right.
I've been thinking about just starting a hotline.
A hope knife.
I'm thinking of inventing the phone and
then after
using it to...
Okay, can we look at his effects? I'm assuming he's stripped naked.
Yeah, you're just looking at a naked man.
Also,
tell us.
Can I do a...
and rigor mortis has set in.
So before we looked at his effects and his clothing and whatever was on his person, can I do a alchemy check to see if he has any poison or anything weird on his wounds or in his system that he might have swallowed?
Sure, you want to do a detect poison, or does somebody have detect poison?
Well, actually, you could do that with a heal check also.
Okay, you wanna do it?
Oh, let me try again. Let me fucking roll like a non-idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 20. I can't add though. 22.
You 22, very nice. You discern that the existence of poison in his body.
Motherfucker was poisoned, yo.
Labras was like, wait. Let me look again. There's poison in this
Give
body.
me another chance.
I'm telling you, I'm really good at this.
Yeah, no, I swear, I learned this stuff.
Can I detect magic on the body?
Yeah. It's just fucking
You don't have to.
I have to roll. Okay.
That's a shout out to Matt Copel if he's listening.
What's up, man?
You do not detect magic, but you do detect poison.
Do we know what that poison is? What breed of poison?
Roll a craft alchemy.
Okay. Let's keep this lucky die rolling. Oh shit, there's 2 in there. Sorry, die difficulties.
Or a wisdom check too. If anybody wants to roll high wisdom.
Oh, I can do a wisdom check.
I'll try a wisdom.
I'll do a wisdom as well.
Ooh, 18 wisdom check.
23 wisdom.
9 wisdom.
DC 20. Oh! For Galabras again! Yes! Finds out that the poison is oil of Taggart.
Ooh.
What is that?
What is that?
Find out next time.